that goes for the day-to-day as well. Like, don't worry about if you miss a meal. Don't worry about if you don't get your cardio in. Don't worry if you can't do a session. You can always catch up. Even if you spend 2 weeks binge eating, yes, of course, you're going to fall off the wagon a little bit and you're going to be carrying more weight. But if those next 2 weeks, you absolutely smash it and you're on point. So, Dago here. Thank you for joining me as always. And around about a week ago, as I'm saying these words, Triple H, Paul Levesque went on, I can't remember now, was it ESPN, some show, I can't remember what it was. And he announced that, you know, not only is he retiring from professional wrestling, or that he is retired, but he went into a lot of his health issues that if you're a wrestling fan like me, you would have recalled happened a few months ago. I mean, at the time, all we got was a statement where it said Triple H has suffered, you know, a cardiac event.
Great of an executive as you are, you're also a great champion. What does the future hold for Triple H right now? That's what people want to know.
Yeah.
What do you say to them when asked that question?
Well, for me, you know, as far as in-ring, which I get a lot, I'm done.
You'll never fight.
I won't, no, I would never wrestle again. First of all, I have a defibrillator in my chest, which, you know, probably not a good idea for me to get zapped on live TV.
How about that?
But all is going to be well, and he's going to be recovered. And then it went radio silence forever. I believe a picture came out when the WWE management team was scouting out their new location for an HQ, and Triple H was there. So it was like, okay, sweet. You know, hopefully that means good things because he's back at work. But he went into it, and my word, I mean, the best thing I would suggest you to do if you haven't seen it is go and watch it, because nothing I can do here can ever recreate the sheer emotion, if nothing else, that Triple H put into it. But the two big things were, he's done wrestling, and there was, I mean, it's difficult to, I've watched it a couple of times, and it's difficult to figure out how this is going to affect his working out and how it's going to affect his gymming, and if he can even train anymore. Now, there's no point us pretending otherwise. No one actually knows. It all kind of depends what kind of cardiac event that you suffer from, because there's every chance he's been told, no, look, you can keep going to the gym, you can keep working out, but you've just got to dial it right back. But even then, and this is what I want to situate the video around, that must be so damn tough, because before professional wrestling, Triple H was a bodybuilder, right? I think he was Mr. New Hampshire under 19s or something like that. But you can find pictures of him out there competing in competitions and looking pretty damn shredded. He took that into his wrestling career. And of course, in 1999, I will say it was, he went through that crazy transformation. We don't need to talk about it. And he basically turned into the, well, he had the physique that inspired me to go to the gym. Like, I try and make sure I find the picture that I always used to look at when I was a kid, like, man, I got to look like that. I got to look like that to train my ass off. And ever since then, you know, he has been known as a body guy. Like, when he was winding down his career just naturally, you know, WrestleMania would come around. And one of the things I know I was always intrigued about was, what's he going to look like? What shape is he going to get in? The WWE YouTube channel would follow his diets. I know he's a big fan of the ketogenic diet. And I remember when I went to see Raw, when it came over here to the UK years ago, like 2008, and my mate Luke got front row tickets. Don't know how he did that. We still don't know how he did that. Triple H came out and he was doing something with John Cena, and he took his top off, and I got caught on camera going, yeah. And I looked like an absolute crazy person, but I wanted to see his physique up close and personal. And it was kind of interesting because he was doing a talking segment and he hadn't got himself all pumped up. He was still a big guy. I'm not pretending otherwise, but he was nowhere near as big as he looked on television, which kind of ties into 2022 world, where we do discuss social media and the things that people do in order to enhance their physique visually, even though if you actually saw behind the scenes, you would understand it's not as great as you think. But so I mean, would I be making these videos right now if it wasn't for Triple H? The answer is probably not, because he is the guy that got me into fitness. He is the guy that made me want to go to the gym, because again, I wanted to look like him. So if he has all of a sudden lost that, you know, something that absolutely would have been an affectation and a defining feature of his personality of him, that's going to be super damn tough. And it's why, you know, so many of us, myself included, we get so taken in by the gym and fitness and what we have to look like, and abs and body fat percentages and bicep peaks and deltoids and whatever else. And you should do that because it's important. If you don't treat the gym in the right way and you don't give it the intensity and the dedication and discipline it needs, you're not going to see the right results, right? You have to have all of those things, and you have to make sure you're doing it over a long time, over a consistent level. You basically do have to make it a lifestyle in many ways. But that's, you know, one, that's why it's really important to always enjoy it. But two, that's why it's also appropriate, I suppose, to always keep in the back of your mind that you do not know what is around the corner. So try not to lose yourself in it, right? Like Eminem, pretty sure that's what he was singing about. Because if you do get to a stage where you're not able to train in the same way anymore, and you've been doing it for such a long time, you got to be ready for that. I'm not trying to be morose, and I'm not trying to be like, you know, don't seize the day. Absolutely seize the day. But mentally, put it like this, I'm pretty sure right now Triple H is given the lot he's been given. He would rather take this path than the other path, because the other path was dying, right? There's no point in that. What's the point? You don't need to look big in a box. But he still has to mentally accept and mentally process that if he does go to the gym, and let's say he's doing back day, is he going to be doing deadlifts anymore? Probably not. Is he going to be doing super heavy 6 to 8 rep sessions? Probably not. He's probably just doing what, hardcore gym guys would call a casual session, trying to hit those 12 to 14 rep ranges, probably taking things really slowly, not going crazy with short rests or anything like that, and always making sure he's aware of what he's feeling. And I can't even imagine how tough that would be. Like if tomorrow I was told a similar thing, I absolutely know that it would take me a long old time to get around that. And maybe I wouldn't even go to the gym for a while. And that could be the next level as well. This was a terrible, terrible cardiac event. Like it just was. Once more, go and watch the video where he talks about the numbers. And I can't remember which way it goes now, but if 0% is bad and 100% is good, everything he has is like 5, 6%. You're like, oh my gosh, 5, 6%. So you're basically 5% away from not existing anymore. And it's just, it was just crazy to me because we do put these people on a pedestal and we almost forget that they are real human beings and they actually, have friends and family, emotions, etc. So he's always just been somebody. It'd be like me, the other guy I was always really into when I was a kid was Jay Cutler, the bodybuilder, right? Mr. Olympia 3, 4, 5 times, whatever it is. But it'd be like seeing him. I know Greg Doucette did an interview with him recently. He's still a big guy. But it'd be like seeing him and him being, I don't like the term normal, but, deflated. I don't understand. It is a little bit like Ronnie Coleman nowadays, just because Ronnie Coleman was so big. But again, if you've watched the documentary or the trials and tribulations he's been through, it does kind of make sense. And I suppose the difference with Triple H is this was literally like a Monday to Tuesday thing. So I know he had pneumonia. I can't remember what he said now. There's something else. But he had pneumonia. But it was basically like, get sick, and then within a week, it's like, yeah, your whole life has completely changed. And given that, I truly think this as well, no matter what you want to look like, I think first and foremost, the gym is a mental thing. Whether it is because you like how it makes you look and that then, improves your ego, etc., or it just gives you something to do, or you like the structure. It's how it ties into your brain and how it ties into your mental health. And I know I use it as a coping mechanism every now and then if I had a bad day or I'm stressed, or sometimes, I get in from, whatever I've been doing and I know I'm not going to be able to sleep. So I think, I'll go to the gym, and that kind of, helps zen me out a little bit. And if all of a sudden, you can't go in the weight room and go crazy, which is what we like to do, like, man, I'm just going to absolutely smash myself, which again is absolutely cool as long as you are healthy. And if all of a sudden that is taken away from you, it must be super duper tough, especially for somebody like Triple H who is in the public eye. Because, I have a very, very small platform. I'm not trying to pretend otherwise. But I do know that if I ever do, someone comes up to me and says very, very nice things, especially if they recognize my gym videos, I feel like I need to be, not a tank, because I've never been a tank, but I feel like I need to be a little bit visually impressive, because otherwise they may be like, well, why am I taking fitness tips for that guy? Now, it's absolutely stupid, right? I mean, I've been taught things gym related by people that are overweight and aren't in shape at all, but they've learned and they've educated themselves and they have the knowledge. That's all you need. You just need to pass that knowledge on to other people. But if you then times that by like 1,000 to somebody like Triple H, and I haven't been fortunate enough to meet him, but I know, if I did meet him and he was massive, he'd be like, yeah. Like I met Stone Cold Steve Austin once. He was doing a signing over here and he was just big and he was really thick. And you're like, yeah, man, a rattlesnake. It's the greatest thing ever. So, I don't know what his mental state is, but I can only look at it through my own sort of, 2 eyes. And I absolutely know that if somebody came up to me and said something like, I thought you'd be bigger, because they didn't know about my struggles I'd been through, I'd be like, oh man, that's just absolutely wrecked me and it's ruined me. Now, of course, he has the ultimate way to get over that. He's got a wife, he's got kids, and he said in that interview, that there's nothing more important than that. And that's what I need to focus on right now. And he's 100% correct. But logic and trying to be sensible with these things doesn't always win out, because your brain can do a crazy, crazy funny thing. And the fact that he never got to have a proper retirement match, kind of sucks. It almost worked its way out, because I may be getting it wrong here, but in terms of super duper big matches on the grandest stage of them all, he teamed up with his wife to take on Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle, right? Family connection right there. Then the next one he had was against Batista, and again, ties into the Evolution stuff. And I'm pretty sure his last big match on live television, or whatever it may be, was against Randy Orton, which of course also ties into Evolution. I'm not really sure you could have had a better farewell tour than that, apart from the fact that when you do go out there to have your last match, you want to have the awareness that it is your last match, because you're going to enjoy it more, you're going to do something a little bit different, you can tie it into a story, and it will be, it'll be a massive event. To the point now, he's probably going to go into the Hall of Fame next year. And as we know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to the Hall of Fame, and The Undertaker said this, he only accepted this year because he's accepted that his career is over. So, yeah, I mean, again, this is more of a tribute video, I suppose, as well as a look at mental health when it comes to the gym. But, despite all the controversy that is out there, I loved Triple H when I was a kid. He's one of my favorite wrestlers, and kind of nuts the influence that he's had on my life, and he doesn't even know. Because if I don't go to the gym, I don't learn about discipline. I don't apply that to my own life. Maybe I'm not making videos. Maybe, you know, I'm off doing something I don't particularly enjoy. So, and again, I'm not saying it's all because of that, but it certainly was a huge turning point in my life. I mean, basically, when I was 16 years old, you know, I got into Triple H was all jacked. I was like, oh yeah, Triple H is all jacked. And I love Metallica, so I went and learned to play the guitar, and there was a bunch of other stuff going on. And it's a sliding doors moment, I suppose. And I really, really felt for him when he was talking about it. And again, he hasn't actually specifically said what he can and can't do, but it doesn't sound like he's in he's in much better spirits than he was. But in terms of where you want to be health-wise in order to smash the gym, it doesn't necessarily sound like he's there. So something to keep in mind. We don't know what is around the corner. And of course, you need to treat it with the respect that it deserves, but do not make it everything within your life, because you are more than that, and it would just break you. And that goes for the day-to-day as well. Like, don't worry about if you miss a meal. Don't worry about if you don't get your cardio in. Don't worry if you can't do a session. You can always catch up. Even if you spend 2 weeks binge eating, yes, of course, you're going to fall off the wagon a little bit, and you're going to be carrying more weight. But if those next 2 weeks, you absolutely smash it and you're on point, your body will work itself out. The body and the brain are actually quite good at doing that. Apart from, of course, when you get injured, you go to the gym. Take you 6 years to build up a good frame, and then you lose it in 6 weeks. Like, why can't I lose it over 6 years? But don't forget, muscle memory means when you do go back to the gym, you will catch up twice as fast. So yeah, just massive respect to Triple H. The most important thing is that he is still with us. I saw some terrible things on the internet, because the internet is a horrible, horrible place, and I shall be frequenting social media less and less, but shout out to him. Absolutely a hero to me, and ultimately, I just hope he's all right. Now, please do like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the bell ding dings when other videos going live. There will be another video on the screen. Give it a click and spam the comment section as much as you wish. If you are looking for supplements, grillermind.com/Simon. Use code Simon, get 10% off. There is a link in the description below, as there is for Greg Doucette's Power 13 cookbook. Some of my recipes are in it. You can also find me on social media at SimonMiller316, SimonMiller.bigcartel.com for merch, Patreon.com/Simon316 if you want to support me with cash. I'm also on Cameo, but more importantly than that, you take care of yourself. You make sure you're good, and I'll talk to you soon.